Hi, and welcome to another episode of Recover Loud. I'm your host, Mike Paddleford, and I recover loud. Today I'm going to sit down with my friend, Bret Martel, from the Kindness Collective of Maine in Lewiston.
It doesn't matter where you come from, it's alright. It doesn't matter where you come from, it's alright. It doesn't matter where you come from, it's alright. I came up from the bottom of a bottle with rebels and desperados. It was long days and hard nights, but I had to struggle for my dream, cause nobody else could see it. I was no one to turn to somebody with just a little faith. There's nothing I can achieve. Yeah, I was going the wrong way and then I turned right. But if I could be anybody, I wanna be me. Cause it don't matter where you're from, only matter where you going. Nobody giving me none, I'm placing a bet on myself and I'm all in. I got the mind of a broke man, mixed with the heart of a lion. I'ma keep giving my all cause that's just who I am. But if I could be anybody, I wanna be me. Yeah, I just wanna be.
I'm Bret Martel, and I recover loud.
Today's episode of Recover Loud, we're talking with Bret Martel from the Kindness Collective of Maine. Welcome to the show, Bret. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Mike. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm grateful to be here today and to have the opportunity to recover loud with you. I do want to take a quick second. I want to thank the people in my life that have supported me to this point. I couldn't have done it without you. Mom, Dad, Jamie, Charla, my daughters, Madison and Ella. You guys are the reason that I stay after it every day. And I just want you to know that you're the source of my strength. So thank you guys very much. I owe it all to you.
You know, love and support can take us pretty far. And to have that structure and that support behind you, that's pretty special. My recovery, I had to start out and earn all of that. You know, I had burned most of the bridges, but I still had a family that loved me and cared. And, you know, I had to earn their support, and I'm grateful for where I'm at today with them. Can you tell us a little bit about, you know, how your struggle started? What did that look like for you?
Well, I had a knee operation. I blew my knee out doing masonry work, and I had gotten, after operation, I'd gotten a prescription for OxyContin. And it worked great on the pain, and it felt good too. And then I was exposed just to that feeling, and then it slowly grew. It was just partying and drinking in my 20s, and slowly got more and more into the pain medicine aspect of it kind of taking over. And I managed to get clean. I went through an IOP program, and I got out. I was renting a house. I had a dog. I was seeing my daughter on a regular basis, and I was walking down the street one day in Auburn, and I was the victim of a violent crime. I was run down by a motorist, and I was run over in the street. It cost me to almost lose my left leg. So when I'm laying there and I realize you just pretty much landed yourself a pain prescription, a pain script for the rest of your life. You'll never have to look for it again. It'll be given to you. And in hindsight, I don't even know that man anymore. It was definitely addict thought. And when you're in that active addiction, your brain doesn't work the way that it should, and the way that it does. Your priorities are skewed, and your thought process is almost unrelatable to a lot of people. And so when I look back on that, I realize just how far I had to come, and it also is encouraging to know how far I've come since then, because it's something that I still deal with on a daily basis. It still gives me a lot of pain, but I've found a way to use other tools to get around it, whether that's you know, elevating it, using ice, ibuprofen, making sure that I'm not doing too much and I'm pacing myself.
You said that was what, about 12 years ago, that injury?
Yep.
And then how bad did it get after that?
Well, at one point I was on 210 milligrams of Oxy a day. I had 30 milligram tablets, and I was getting 7 of them a day.
They were prescribing you.
Prescribed to me, yep. And I would go in and tell them that I was in agony, or tear up, or explain to them that they had no idea what it was like to live every day in that kind of pain. And again, like you said, I'd be out in 2 weeks, and then I'd be scrambling in the street trying to make up for it. And the worst part of it, I have to say, is I got to a point where, well, like I mentioned, the first time after my knee surgery, I enjoyed the feeling when I took the medicine. Once you get to a certain point, you're not even enjoying it. You're fighting off the sick. You're fighting off the withdrawal. You're trying to get to zero because you spend so much time in withdrawal, or the anxiety associated with the withdrawal, or not knowing where your next fix is going to come from, that it was all encompassing from the minute I woke up to the minute I went to sleep and everywhere in between. So
yeah, so when we're in that, it's even hard to focus on anything else. Yeah, and, we can't, repair relationships. We can't advance our careers. We can't, because our focus isn't where it needs to be. And really, it's until we stop using, or finding a way to stop using, our minds are fogged and sick, and everything that we decide to do is based on the idea coming from our sick brains.
Yep.
So how did you get out of it?
It was a long battle, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, but staying at it. I had a really good reason in my daughter Madison before I met my stepdaughter Ella, but I always wanted it. I always wanted to do better. Unfortunately, I got to a point where I even lost faith in myself, because I had let my family down so many times. They had put faith in me, and I made them regret it by proving them wrong. And so it was hard for me to even have faith in myself. I had started to believe that the version of me that I was who I am. And slowly but surely, I started to fight my way out of it. I was able to transfer to Suboxone treatment, which helped a lot, and that got me away from the opiates, but I really wasn't using the Suboxone like I was supposed to either. It was still the actions, the thoughts, and the behaviors of someone that was in addiction. I just had transferred it to Suboxone. It was readily available. I felt like I wasn't, doing so bad. It was almost justifying to myself.
Yeah.
But it was really, when I moved north, I moved to Augusta, and I wanted to just get away from the people, places, and things that I had come so accustomed to. I threw away my cell phone that had all of my contacts in it and my everything, and I just wanted to get away. And that's when I met my girlfriend, Charla, and my stepdaughter, Ella. And when I started dating her and spending more time with her and being around people that needed me and needing to behave in a way that was conducive to being around a family, really started to change my thoughts and behaviors and actions. So I'd say that was the stepping off point to my real recovery.
So when you first met Charla, did you have much to offer her?
I don't know what she saw in me, Mike.
Yeah.
She has been a blessing for me, her family, our daughter Ella. I didn't think so. And she saw something. And
now, did she knew about your substance use?
She did. I was honest with her. If it's one thing that's always been consistent with Charla and I, is that it's been 100% honesty from the beginning. My past, as when I told her about being worse than I was when she met me, and I just wanted her to know exactly what she was getting into, especially once we started getting more serious and we started spending time together and I was spending more time around Ella. I felt like she had the right to know that.
And there's something to be said for a woman who sees you in that position, and chooses to love you through it, And I know you've described it to me as, you know, the driving force to your decisions and how you got to where you are today. So what was it about that relationship that made the difference? If detox and rehabs didn't work before, why was it the love from Charlotte that got you here?
She put a faith in me that I didn't have in myself. I love you, Charlotte. Thank you. But she trusted me, and I had done so much letting people down in my life that I didn't expect anyone to put faith in me anymore. My family loved me. My family would never turn their backs on me, but I had also lost their trust for very good reason. And so it had been a long time since someone put that unadulterated faith and trust in me. And I wasn't going to let that down. And not only was I not going to let it down, but it made me want to do more. It made me want to make her right. And it made me want to be the best version of myself that I could be. I wanted to be the version of me that she saw already.
Yeah.
You know?
And, you know, that's to me, that's an amazing story. Because we go through our times using, you know, just wanting acceptance, wanting people to love us for who we are right now. Because we don't know if we can get to where, you know, we deserve the love. So, you know, I've been in a position before too that you know, support, encouragement, and love, and we don't feel like we deserve it. And then when we get it and we can accept it and really use that to move forward, you know, that's a powerful love.
It is. You know, I had just done so much hurting and causing pain that I used to be, for a while I was resentful. I was like, you know, my family, when they learned that I couldn't be trusted to borrow money or to be alone in the house, or to lie to my parents when they'd ask me, or at family functions where I'd be under the influence. You know, I had done so much damage. I had told so many lies that resentment was gone. They were right for the way that they felt. And they always loved me, but I couldn't be trusted. And I didn't resent them for that anymore. I felt like I had well earned that. And so I had almost gotten to the point where I didn't know if I'd ever have that unconditional trust and love from someone again. And to feel that was just so powerful and strong. And that doesn't mean that she supported everything I did or every decision that I made. It was just this wonderful balance of, you know, you're better than that, cut the crap.
Yeah.
But I'm here for you, and I love you, and I know that you're better than this. You need to know that you're better than this.
Yeah. She's a powerful lady. And, you know, due to that unconditional love and support, here you are today, and you're giving back to the community. So you started the Kindness Collective of Maine. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So after Charlotte and I had been together for a couple of years, we were living together. I'm raising Ella as though she's my own. I love her with all my heart. I love Madison with all my heart. My girls are my everything. So I had gotten a chance to do a little bit of volunteer work at a place that my mom was volunteering, and I really got inspired by the people that I met, specifically some of the veterans that I see struggling on the streets, people that have risked their lives. So I really got inspired, and I decided to start the Kindness Collective of Maine, and it was just based on kindness. It didn't really have a laser focus on one particular issue or something that I wanted to address. It was just, I had mentioned some of the mistakes I had made and bridges I've burned in the past, and I can't go back and fix those individual mistakes. I can't go back and right certain wrongs to certain people. What I wanted to do was try and just even out the karmic scale, you call it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to put some good back into the world for some of the damage that I've done. I also wanted to be a good example for my daughters and teach them that kindness and selflessness and community service are important traits to have and important things to do to help others.
So can you tell us some of the things that you've been able to do through your nonprofit?
Yeah, so we started what's called, it's called Greater Goods. It's our retail store. So it's set up like a thrift store, and we've worked a lot with domestic violence survivors and people that have been in sex trafficking. So we don't have the kind of funding that takes people and gets them into housing. So once they've got housing, we focus on the things that turn a house into a home. So we do toys for kids, clothing, small appliances, decor, tablecloths, furniture, anything that we can. So we really try to help people build their lives back and get into situations where they're self-sustaining and successful again. And a lot of that is just building, I want to put that reward of hard work into them, almost like Charlotte did into me, because I know that a lot of the clients that we face are struggling emotionally with where they're at in their life, and they may not feel as successful as they want to, but I know that they've got that drive to get there. So I want to give them some of that unconditional support, some of that, some of the stuff that's going to make them feel good about whether it's going to work every day or staying in treatment, or, you know, just if it boils down to that small point of using or not, whether it's getting by a minute at a time or a day at a time or a month at a time. It's, you know, so when you come into your home, you'll have a place to sit and a way to cook a meal and some things that you look around and you say, okay, I've got something here and I want to preserve it. I want to keep fighting towards it, and I don't have to come home every day and be reminded of how difficult my situation is.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things, when I was using, everything I had I gave away. Sold it, got it stolen, gave it away. I didn't put any value into the things that I had. You know, Lori and I, we've been married over 22 years. And when we left for detox and rehab, there was 19 years worth of accumulating stuff. And the previous year and a half, we'd pretty much given up almost everything. For the stuff that we'd acquired over that time, we had nothing to show for it. When we restarted in Auburn, it was from scratch, you know, and every little piece that, you know, that we acquired and added to our home felt like an accomplishment, you know, because we lived so long without, and now we have stuff that we have. You know, those small kitchen appliances, I laugh every time I think of it, because there's not enough counter space now for all these little trinkets that, you know, she likes to
It's a nice problem to have.
And you're out there providing that, and that feeling of, you know, accomplishment that people get from having those things, keeping them, even if they never use them.
When you work and you get a little bit of money and not every dollar is being flushed down a habit or a high or a fix or whatever, is I like that the things that I spend my money on are still there the next day.
Yeah.
You know, I we got a nice TV, like a 54-inch, a 56-inch TV, whatever it is, and we get up the next morning and it's not been sold. It's still on the wall. I can still watch it.
Right.
You know, my daughter gets up and turns on her little cartoons or whatever, and it's just, it's nice. We upgrade our furniture in the living room, and we're taking pride in the way that our house looks and things that never mattered. I needed a place to crash and like something in the fridge, but then it was just all the money would go to the addiction. And it's nice to build things and to have things and for them to still be there. Another thing that I developed, and this is something I may not have seen coming when I was in my active addiction, but I started to develop this attitude that I was very, very thankful for my sobriety. Once I got a grasp on that, I never wanted not being an addict to be my crowning achievement.
Exactly.
I had more to offer. I had been through the toughest battle that I'd ever been through. We've lost a lot of good friends and a lot of good people to the same battle that you and I have been so blessed to come out the other side of.
For today.
Yeah, for today, exactly. And it's and I never say recovered. I never say, you know, not an addict. I'm always an addict in recovery. And I never realized the importance of that until I actually was sound in my recovery, because it's still a battle every day. I don't fight the urge to go out and use every day. But I know that everything I do every day is still to be in recovery and to stay in that active recovery. So what I've decided in part of the Kindness Collective is that I wasn't going to let beating addiction, or for today, or for gaining control of my life to be that crowning achievement. I knew that there was someone in me that was battle tested, that had fought the fight, that had been through some of the ugliest, toughest situations that a person can be faced with in addiction, and I'm still here. So I want to put my hand out and you know, help others along the way. I want to be there to, like I said, provide some of that support, that love that I felt, and that was the reason that I was able to finally take that next step. So, like, I take a lot of pride in coaching my daughter's sports teams, and that's something that fills me with joy and pride.
What's it like now? You get to coach their teams?
Yeah, well, my oldest plays pretty competitively. She's on a school team, she's on a travel team, and she's been playing for quite a few years now. And so I don't coach that team. That's a little above my pay grade at this point, which is fine. I'm happy to be that supportive parent and be the loudest in the crowd. And but I have been blessed with the opportunity this year to coach Little League for Ella. So I'll be doing the 8U softball team. I just went and picked up all our gear earlier this week. My living room is the hottest mess of buckets of softballs and bats and helmets piled up all over the place. So it's another good problem to have.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
And I'm really excited to do that. But any time that I can spend on a sports field, I'm happy with. I grew up playing baseball my whole life, football my whole life. I played lacrosse. So sports have always been a big thing in my family. The Patriots are a second religion for us.
Go Pats.
Go Pats. It's just a never-ending source of happiness, and I don't want to say accomplishment, because I haven't made it yet, but to know that, like you had mentioned, you know, you can't go to the field until you get what you're waiting for, and then you can go and do that job, is to know where my priorities lie now, and to know that I don't have to serve those two masters at the same time, because you can't. And there'll always be something that takes priority, and it feels good now to know that my girls and my life and my recovery truly take priority in my life, and sharing that with the community and trying to improve the community around me and the people in it, and to offer that support truly being my top priority now. Is it keeps me busy every day, but I wake up ready to go and excited to do it, because I know I'm making a difference, or at least I hope I'm making a difference.
To have purpose.
Yeah,
know?
purpose.
And isn't it great that, I mean, recovery didn't give us, you know, mansions, it didn't give us yachts, it just gave us normal life, and we get to experience it.
It gave me the chance to get up and bust my butt every day.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you know, it's those little things that really make life worth living. Mm-hmm. And Bret, we've got to run, but I just want to say thank you for what you're doing for the community. I want to thank Charla, you know, for believing in you and helping you to get to where you're at today, because, you know, without you giving back to the community, other people would be lacking, and, you know, what you're doing is appreciated. It's making a difference, you know, and I'm glad to know you.
Well, thank you very much, Mike. I'm happy to know you too. I think you're doing something great here, and Recovering Loud is something that we all should be proud of doing. And we're a group of people that are going to be an asset to this community together.
Absolutely.
And we don't need to do it quietly. We need to make sure that people know that we do recover. We do come back stronger and better, and we're an asset. And you know, I'm proud to be part of this, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How can people get a hold of you at the Kindness Collective?
You can find us on Facebook at the Kindness Collective of Maine. We just opened a brand new headquarters. We are getting settled. We will be back open, offering services to the community within the next week or so. All of our contact information is on there. Also, kindnesscollectiveme@gmail.com. The emails come directly to me, and we will be happy to reach back out to you as soon as we possibly can.
So do you accept donations?
We do. We accept donations in kind. Please reach out to us, and we'd be happy to either arrange pickup or to meet you for drop-off. We have a GoFundMe page that you can find on our Facebook, and we also accept volunteer time. We've got some new programs that we're looking to do, so we want to help people get to job interviews. So we're going to be doing bus passes. We're going to be getting people set up with job interview clothing. We're going to provide transportation. And also, I'm working right now with a local barber to do haircuts 1 day a week so that we can get people feeling good. When you feel good, you look good, you do good. You get out there and you take more pride in yourself. So we want to get people primed and ready to go so that they can help improve their own situation.
Hey guys, I'm T, the director of Recover Loud. Welcome to T Talk. Basically, we're going to check in and just tell us what we're thankful for this week and what we've accomplished and maybe a goal. And for me, I went back to work at Good Shepherd Food Bank, and I recorded a documentary for them that I actually was paid for. So for me, that's amazing. And next week, I am coming up on my recovery coaching, and I want to do more volunteering, if that's possible, because I have no time already. But yeah, everything's going pretty great in my life. I'm thankful to be here. I related to him a lot, and I'm glad he was here.
Congratulations for that. It's glad to hear that you've got so much going your way right now.
Thank you.
It's good to be busy.
It is.
For me, I'm really excited about getting finally opened back up at our new headquarters at the Kindness Collective of Maine. We're located in Lewiston. And so we've got several new programs that we're going to be rolling out for the community, and we're really excited about that. Coaching starts this week. Our first game is in a couple weeks, so I got to get these little 8-year-olds whipped into softball shape and ready to play their first game. And really thankful for the opportunity to have been here on Recover Loud, thankful to have been invited, thankful for having the opportunity to get up and fight the good fight every day. It's not guaranteed. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, so I try to make the best out of each day, and I'm thankful to have that opportunity. Even if it doesn't always go smoothly or perfectly, it's better than a lot of the alternatives. So I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for the opportunity to give back, and I am thankful every day for my sobriety.
All right, guys, let us know. Maybe we can attend your first game. And everyone have a nice Easter. Thank you for recovering loud with us.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You can watch Recover Loud on PMC, Greater Portland's Channel 5, Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. On Saturday nights at 8 o'clock, we premiere our new episodes that we shoot Saturday morning. Find it on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on our latest releases. Yesterday, the Maine State Senate voted on the expansion of the Maine Good Samaritan law. I'm proud to say that it passed through the Senate, the version that we support, allowing protection for anyone at the scene of an overdose from all crimes, nonviolent, and not against children. This is a great way to protect human life and convince people that it's okay to call 911 in case of an overdose. It's always been a hard choice for people out on the streets when we're using to make that decision to call a cop. This new expansion law will make it more likely that people will call and our friends' lives will be saved. Support me in supporting the expansion of the Good Samaritan law. Call your state representative on Monday and tell them that you support the expansion of the Good Samaritan law. You can also go to expandgoodsamforme.com and find out how to support. I'm looking forward to the vote on Monday. Hopefully I'll be joining them in Augusta, the advocates. I appreciate all the work they've put in. I appreciate those of you who've written letters of support, who have called your senators and expressed your support for the Good Samaritan law. It's about saving lives, and it makes sense.
Like snort. So every time I call, you pick up the phone and always reminding me that I'm not alone. And even when I'm scared and my feet are frozen, you help me keep it going like a semicolon. Even if I'm lost, he helping me light the way. And even in the dark, he always keeping me safe. And everything I've lost don't compare to what I've gained, so no matter what it costs, yeah, I'll be willing to pay. Cause every time I call, you pick up the phone and always reminding me that I'm not alone. And even when I'm scared and my feet are frozen, you help me keep it going like a semicolon. So I'ma follow your steps for all of the way. I put my faith in you and walk on the waves. And if I stumble a bit and fall on my face, you come and save me with all of your grace. Yeah, thank God.